Hi guys, and welcome back to another Blitz day, but today I decided to make it different, and I basically have the challenge to play the opening that I don't know, for example e4 or d4, or if we're black, just an opening that I don't know, and I will try to show you that theory isn't everything, that when you don't know the theory, just follow the basic opening principles and you should be fine. So I think we're just going to start with 5+3 game. This feels the best to play. I really like to have this increment. Okay, so we're black, he played e4, and we're going to play e5. I used to play e5, but now I don't really know the theory anymore because I was small and I didn't really know um, how to play the opening, and I wasn't that great. Okay, so that's the Italian game, and here I think this move should be fine. He can go to with this. Okay, he didn't go. Now I should develop my bishop to here, let's say. These are just basic development moves, just putting your minor pieces out in the opening. This is just normal. And okay, now I'm probably going to castle. I feel that it's the right time. Castle as quickly as possible to get your king to safety. Okay, so he attacked our bishop. Let's go to the b6 square. He's trying to chase our bishop and just trap it. So let's create some room for it. Okay. Now I really don't know the theory here. I don't know if I'm in any line right now. I mean, if I don't know if I'm in any opening theory line right now because I don't really know the theory. Um, this move looks interesting, but I'm going to play d6 because his rook is probably going to come here and attack this pawn if I play this. So this looks fine. Now he just defended this this move with the bishop because it pins his knight to the queen. And now I actually think I'm going to play um, because this bishop here doesn't have really great squares anymore. So I think I'm going to just put it on e6, and I'm not afraid of him exchanging this bishop. Uh, yes, I will get doubled pawns here. Okay, so he didn't decide to exchange it. It's true that I would get double pawns here, but I get more control of the center and also an open file here for my rook to use. Maybe jumps like this with my knight. So this was a pretty good move by me, I think. Now I still should have this f5 ideas, but first I have to do something about this bishop. And I don't really know the plans in this position because I don't play this opening. So I'm just going to play this move probably. D5, just going challenging the center. It looks like a fine move because other way I don't know really what to do here. This seemed like a pretty nice plan. I'm going to just exchange bishops here, and when he's going to attack probably this pawn, and I'm going to just play f6. Okay, he attacked it now. Um, I'm I'm going to defend it. This move looks pretty good. I mean, supporting my pawn, kind of developing my rook to a better square than f8 because here is doing absolutely nothing. And here is supporting maybe some pushes in the future. It's pretty good here, also defending the pawn of course. And he can't avoid the trade of these bishops because he can't go anywhere here. But he wants to exchange them in his favors, which I'm of course not happy about it, but of course it's the logical thing for him to do. So I'm actually going to exchange these bishops and see with which piece he's going to take. Okay, he took it with a queen, which means that okay, he has a pretty good outpost here for his knight. So I basically wanted to exchange the queens and attack these pretty weak pawns here, but he has also a very nice outpost here, so I don't know about this. Um, let's see. We don't have a lot of time left here. Okay, so I decided to play queen to d5 anyways, because I don't think that this is really a big problem, him jumping here when he takes the queen. I think I have a pretty good position after this. I mean, he's maybe going to jump here, but we will see. He doesn't even have to exchange queens, he can go there, but no, actually, he loses a pawn here. So, I don't know. Maybe he's going to sacrifice it, but I wouldn't because it really does look like a good sacrifice. Um, okay, so he has more time here. Of course, I was using my time also for explanations, so now I also have moves like e4, trying to exchange this pawn which is attacked twice, and I don't want to have this pawn here, I want to exchange it for this one. Okay, so he decided to exchange the pawns. Now I'm attacking this pawn, he has to get rid of this problem, maybe with this move or this move. This move, just defending the pawn, and he's going to push this pawn and attack also this pawn, but then this pawn is also a problem. He has pretty weak pawns here. This bishop is also very nice. This diagonal is very good for him. Maybe I could use it for some attacks on this f2 square. Okay, yeah, so he played this as expected here, and now what should I do? I think I should just put my rook to a useful square here. This knight will probably move out of here, and I'll have a half open file here, which is going to be pretty good for me. So and I think that this move is a mistake because of this move, and if he takes I take, and then also I mean this pawn falls and it's just not very good for him. Okay, he developed his rook, that's normal move, and now I'm actually going to put my knight here on this f4 square. I think this is a pretty good move. I'm threatening to win this pawn and just give him a fork and win an exchange or a bishop if he decides to, which is even worse. And yeah, we're really low on time here. But he's also losing some time to think here, which is reasonable. And after this, I also have some threats. You can see this bishop and this knight working together here. Okay, so he decided to play this, and now I just have a fork here. Beautiful. Let's see what he plays. He's going to lose an exchange. That's or a piece. I mean, just of course worse, like I said. And okay, if he plays this, then I'm of course going to take this one first, and then this, and then when he recaptures this bishop, then it's just very good for me here. Okay, so he uh, lost an exchange here, like we said, and now this is just winning. I'm challenging his rook. If we trade rooks, I'm very happy because now when I'm up in material, I really want to trade to get into a simplified endgame, which is going to be winning for me. And you can see I have this. I'm an exchange up. I'm winning his pawns also. Uh, this is just a winning position. Should be easily winning here. I can exchange this, no problem. And now win his bishop also. Tactics. And he resigned. Okay, so this was a pretty nice game. And as I told you, I didn't know the opening theory, but I still managed to win as black, which is amazing because a lot of you might think that you have to know the opening theory, but if I'm honest with you, I don't know the opening theory in all my lines that I play in the English opening because you just gotta play like you think it's the best and just calculate. I mean, if you're playing, I don't know, on a tournament, if you're playing, I don't know, a game. Okay, of course, if you're playing a game on a tournament, you want to be prepared. But I mean, if you're not, then it's not that big of a problem because you can figure the moves out, like I did here. Italian game, this is what I know, but I don't really know the opening moves. I just used the basic opening principles. I castled here, I just put my minor pieces out, and okay, he attacked me here. I I just make a space for my bishop here, where it's going to be pretty good here, like we saw, and just finishing my development, putting my pieces on good squares, and just then we got some plans here in the game and we continue the game, which is not that important here to analyze because we're focusing on the opening here, and we play the game and you saw what happened. So I want to play another game here, 5 plus 3, and see how this one goes. And okay, we're black again. And okay, I actually don't know the theory about this move, so I don't know. Okay, b3. Now I'm going to play g6, and I I really have no idea about the theory here. Uh, I'm just defending against this bishop because I don't want any problems here. Just developed a knight here, and then I just think it on my bishop. And now I'm going to probably move my pawns in the center. Um, Probably play d5 because as you can see I can't play e5 because he will just take it. Now I will just grab the center like I said, and I will grab as much space in the center as I can with c5 here, because as you know you want to have a lot of space. That's always a good thing to have. And I'm going to flank it on my other bishop, which is probably going to be pretty useful here if I play a move like this. Okay, so I'm just going to fianchetto it right now. And this looks like a pretty cool position. Okay, as we can as we can expect, he's going to challenge this center here, because if he just leaves me with this center, then I would have probably a pretty good advantage. I could play something like this and have a really good center, and then at one moment maybe play this move or this move, what I want. I have the control of the center and I can do whatever I want. So that's why he challenged the center and asked me if I want to release the tension, which I can't do right now because of this. And I'm going, of course, to keep tension here. I'm going to play e6, and now he can play d4, and we have, yeah, and we have really pretty similar position here. And I have to choose a plan here. I'm going to go to d7 with my knight, because there it's kinda in a way for this bishop, and I think here is better. Yeah, just he recaptured, and now I can recapture um, how I want, and I'm going to just let's calculate right now. If I take it with a knight, then if let's see what happens if he takes my pawn, then I have to take it with let's say bishop, and if he takes, I take with queen, he takes here, and I don't want to have an isolated pawn because it's a weakness in the endgame, so I will have to take it with this, and now he takes, I take, which is there are a lot of arrows on the board, I'm sorry, but um, this is just calculation here, and we have two knights against two knights, which is okay. I mean, for me, I'm black, and it looks like a pretty good solution. I mean, I can't take with this pawn because then I probably lose one pawn, or no, I don't lose it, but I get an isolated pawn. So that's why I'm going to take it with my knight. Okay, he decided to trade all of this, um, which is okay. And okay, I'm sorry. If he took it like this and I recaptured, then he would give me an isolated pawn. But oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm attacking his rook then, so he can't do this. So okay, now I have three options really, and I'm not going to take it like this. So I can take it with my knight and keep the queens on the board, or I can take it with my queen and exchange the queens, and this looks like a pretty good idea to me because I have a pretty solid structure here, and these knights are really pretty good. They can um, jump to here to different squares. I mean, he doesn't have any weaknesses in this position, but it's it's pretty good to have knights like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm of course going to put my rooks on these open files here, and I don't know why he played this move. It doesn't look like a very reasonable move to make. He should probably focus on bringing his rooks to the open files. This would probably be better, but okay. Um, okay, so now I actually have a plan of just playing my knight here and trying to just exchange these rooks. And if he plays his rook here, okay, he didn't, but let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, we're going to attack this knight. Our plan is basically to exchange these rooks and attack both of these pawns and just win one pawn. So, but now when he's on this square, this is pretty hard to do. But we can force him out of this square. which is pretty great. And he's going to go there probably, which is pretty good for me. He doesn't have that active knight here. I mean, what is he doing? If he goes there, I'm just going to play. Okay, he went there. Pretty interesting option. I'm just going to put my rook here on this active file. You know, rook on the 7th rank is always very good. I'm not really attacking this knight, but I'm attacking this pawn here, so it's pretty good. This rook on this 7th file. Uh, okay, so he attacked my piece. Oh, I'm I'm really in time trouble now. This move, I don't know, it wasn't very good, I think. But I'm sorry, I had to make quick moves because I was really in time trouble. So now this I'm a pawn down actually, but this is a drawing position. I think, oh my god, like I really had a better position here. Um, I mean I think so, but I just screw it up because I wasn't looking at my time really, which is pretty bad. I should look at my time. So this should be drawing now, but we're going to see. I don't want to mess it up because of the time. We really don't want to trade rooks, or maybe it's even possible in this position, but okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to exchange this pawns if he wants to, and just get into a drawn position. Okay, I attack his rook, and I can check him and exchange, and now we're going to get into a typical drawing position. Um, this is a draw, even though he's a pawn up. It maybe looks like he's going to promote this pawn, but we have some defensive ideas, which we're going to see in just a moment. Okay, now this is a mistake. If he goes there. Okay, we can just check him here. It's not a problem. We can check him. And if he tries to do this, we can, I mean, this is just a drawing position. I can go here, and if he attacks me, I can go back. Okay, now actually, I'm sorry for bad play here. I can just have my rook on this file, and he can get the help of his king because he can go there and buy the rook, and just one pawn he can't go further. And now, okay, this is just drawn now, a drawn pawn endgame. We're going to discuss this in our endgame series, but you probably know that this is a draw here. This is really basic stuff here. And okay, he tried to trick me. Okay, he tries to trick me, but it's really not going to work. Uh, okay, come on. Okay, a draw. Okay, we drew this game, which is also not a bad result here. And I mean, we didn't know the opening theory. I'm honest. If I'm honest with you, I don't know the theory to b3 at all. So it was pretty interesting to play against it. And I wasn't afraid of him taking here, let's say, doubling my pawns. because I would just go with my bishop here, castle, probably put my rook on the open file that I have here, and play f5, and my bishop is going to be very good here. So we didn't know the opening theory, again, basic opening moves, developed my pieces, castled, I went for the center. This is so really basic stuff that you want to do in the opening. And he challenged the center. I kept the tension, and this is really the tension here. You can see symmetrical positions on the queen side. And here he decided to release the tension, which I think wasn't the best idea for him, because you don't want to release a tension like this normally. You want to keep the tension and fight for the center as long as you can. So he decided not to, which was pretty good for me. I mean, I just exchanged all these pieces, and this is a pretty good position for me. And I mean, it's a drawn position, but I mean, I think white can't play for a win here because I have these two good knights here, and just my structure is pretty good, so he doesn't have any chance, I think, to win this game. So that's why I like this option, and this position looks just very good for me here. But I was really in time trouble, and I played this move, e6, e4, sorry, which probably wasn't the best move, um, or maybe it was, I don't know. It's really an interesting position here. Maybe this was the only move, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was the only move, and but I don't think it was the only move, I don't know. And I'm a pawn down here, but I know this is a draw, and I just hold the draw here. 4 versus 3 pawns on the one side. This is just a draw, which I will cover in my endgame series when we come that far. And I knew this, and I just, if he do it like this, I would of course take it with a rook, not giving myself any isolated pawns. But he didn't, and here you basically want to exchange as many pawns as possible, and then just go into a typical drawing position with a rook and a pawn versus a rook. And if he got further in this position with his pawn, I would use some techniques that I will show in the endgame series. But here it really wasn't dangerous. The pawn on the 4th rank, and just, I mean, I checked him. I have nothing to lose, and here I just stayed on this file, and he can't move his king there, but without the help of his king he actually can't improve with this pawn. I just stay here with my king, and if he checks me here I just take the pawn, and if he starts checking me here I just go there, and he has no solution to promoting this pawn when his king is cut off here. So this is just a draw now. I exchange rooks, and this is a typical pawn endgame, which is of course a draw. Okay, so the point of this video was to show you that opening theory isn't everything. It's actually more important to know basic opening principles, and you can play good chess with this. But of course it's good to know opening theory, and you have to know opening theory, but just to show you that it's not the most important thing in the world. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you in the next video.